The New York Times wrote a story called Minneapolis Feels, quote, like being in a civil war. That wasn't the original headline. The original headline was, in Minneapolis, I glimpsed a civil war. And I think they changed the headline because, well, the opinion writer really meant it. And the New York Times probably got freaked out by what it actually meant. Now, of course, if you read the article, your time will largely be wasted. But, oh, it looks like this is a different, is it a different article? Maybe I pulled up the wrong article. Let me see if I can find the other one. Because I covered this. No, it looks like this. Now it's an interview. They're interviewing the person who wrote it.
I feel like Ross Douthat has actually touched on this subject before.
Yeah, I'll try. There was another article that I was reading this morning that maybe is the reason why I didn't pull it up. Maybe it's... Oh, okay. No, I thought they changed the title. I was wrong.
Oh, cool.
In Minneapolis, I glimpsed a civil war. Right, here you go. And the gist of it is pretty clear. ICE is evil. Trump's waging war, blah, blah, blah. Their take is that they have experiences with civil wars and they're watching it. Now, I use as a launch pad to show you what's going on and to talk about what's expected to happen. And I want to show you this clip first.
The blue tsunami means that Congress is going to haul Elon Musk, big balls, and a bunch of other people's ass in front and say, what crimes did you commit? And it's going to get really serious. And the same with Trump, because I believe, and this is just my opinion, that Trump and all of the bottom-feeding morons surrounding him and Elon Musk and all the bottom-feeding Klingeroners that surround him, I think they commit crimes every day. And I think to reconcile all of this is going to take hardcore, not integrity Democrats. Fuck you, Democrats. Fuck you for fucking over our country. We are serious about this. We are prosecuting. We're going to uncover every document, every phone call, everything you did. We will be relentless about it. And that's the mindset they've got to have, because I think the electorate is going from, we've got to get him out, but also we want accountability.
There has to be accountability. You have to have a situation where there's accountability. And I talked about this the other day with Fanone, the former MPD police officer who almost got killed on January 6th. You know, he said, and I think it's true, that it's more than just the Dems win back the Congress and the White House. We have to change this John Roberts Supreme Court decision that gave the President of the United States a blank check. No man or woman should be above the law in this.
So we've got prosecute Trump and the people around him. Okay.
Then we have this. Saying, show me the man. I'll show you the crime.
Exactly. I was thinking the exact same thing. You know what I'm going to do first? I want to pull up this tweet from me because I was seeing a bunch of things going on in Minneapolis. And so I'm just sitting there and then I was thinking about it. I tweeted out. I X-posted. What I'm seeing in Minneapolis is crazy. They're attacking pedestrians. They're storming churches. And then I get this flag, a potential community note, saying that there's no evidence any of this is actually happening. So I've got it right here. Here's the tweet. The things I'm hearing out of Minneapolis are insane. Activists forcing their way into churches, attacking random pedestrians, stalking SUVs. WTF is going on? Rate the proposed community notes. Okay, what did they say? There is no verified evidence of activists forcing entry into churches or broadly attacking pedestrians in Minneapolis. Local police and major news outlets report no such pattern and urge reliance on confirmed information. Aside from the fact that there's videos of them storming the churches, we've showed you photos of it already. Harmeet Dillon says she's potentially, or she actually is pursuing charges. And then there's this, a video of a pedestrian being attacked for wearing a hoodie that says freedom. And that looks like an Indian guy.
Yeah. Yeah, W protesters on this one.
Could this be construed as a sexual assault?
Yeah, like take it off.
They're making a guy take his hoodie off in the winter in Minnesota.
I mean, look, man.
I got you.
My bigger complaint is that hoodie doesn't fit him.
Get your ass up out of
For
here.
the left, and I love it. You know.
So here's a pedestrian getting attacked because his hoodie said freedom. Here's a video of white people. They're eating lunch, and activists think they look like ICE and begin, let's just say, berating them and threatening them.
This is so cool. I mean, so cool as in This has got to be the funniest thing I've ever seen. I know, it's like, you feel like a zoo animal. I've never. So in the country. Filming us? Why are you filming us? Because you're filming us! Here.
So you can't really hear what they're saying. and the whistling's really loud, but he's saying we do app development for a variety of businesses and we don't even support ICE. You hear people say several times, if you're not with us, you're against us. I got to say, the whistling really sounds very short bussy. You know what I mean? Like, it's a group of really dumb people just blowing whistles, and I'm just like, well, I think they're all retarded. Here's another video. Here's a video. This is Commander Bavino confirms anti-ICE riders are destroying private vehicles of civilians thinking they're ICE. Mayor Frey and Tim Walz haven't said a freaking word to help put a stop to this. So that's going on. And then what do we have here? We have this Hakeem Jeffries adding on. We're going to get some indictments. We're going to charge people. Here's Jake. This is Jake Lang, right? That's his name? Jake Lang getting attacked by a bunch of leftists.
I heard that this guy was dragged into the crowd and stabbed. Is that true?
He said that someone tried stabbing him, but they hit his vest, so he didn't get injured. That's my understanding. So anyway, the point is this: on the podcast, they're saying you're going to jail, and on the streets of Minneapolis, they're beating people, destroying random vehicles, stealing rifles out of federal agents' vehicles, and threatening pedestrians. There's a video, a photo going viral where it's allegedly from Will Stansel saying, there's a SUV with press written on the back, and he's like, you need to pull over for us and give us your credentials because you are acting like ICE. They've begun to act like de facto government authority, and I warned it was going to happen. Remember when I said, you'll hear a doorbell ring, you'll go to the door, and there'll be a clown through your peephole holding up a rainbow sheet of colored paper that says clown warrant on it, and he's going to say, I'm the clown police, open your door, and you're going to go, what? Like, you don't recognize clown police. You would not open the door for this person. These people are already saying, pull your car over. They're telling people in restaurants, are harassing them. Who are you? What are you doing? We are getting to the point where you're going to walk down the street and some leftist with a communist badge or whatever is going to say, you're being detained. We're in control now. And then again, if Democrats win, these people are on their side.
They're going to have the Obama 08 logo as an armband. Marching down the streets enforcing Islam and socialism. But it is true. And here's the problem with Trump. This is why I didn't vote for him. I knew that this administration has no balls, does not have the will to do it. And you want to know how you knew they have no balls? When Charlie Kirk got shot, they didn't do nothing to Antifa, to the far left, any of these people. And the problem is the administration is pissing them off. It's provoking them, agitating them. The Letitia James stuff, the James Comey stuff, they're poking the left in the eye, but they have no real way to use the federal government. They're not wielding it properly or efficiently. And so what Jim Acosta said, that is a little window into the future. The left is going to take back the House. They're going to subpoena everybody, impeach everybody, prosecute everybody. They're going to come in 28. Maybe they're going to win, and then they're going to bury us. So the problem with Trump is he's barking up the wrong tree. You either destroy the left or they get in and then they destroy us. It's that simple.
Nick, do you think that these kind of videos are going to have any effect in the fall? Like, because this is something that's broadly unpopular with the American people, and there's so much awful imagery for the left coming out. Do you think that this actually would affect people in midterms? I personally think that it would affect if it was a presidential election. Do you think that it'll get people out in the midterms?
Absolutely not. No, because these are left-wing people that are activated. And that's what happens. When the incumbent is in charge, they always lose seats in the midterms. They always lose seats in the House in particular 2 years later. And that's because the left or the opposing party always gets animated and charged up. They get activated by those hot-button issues. So these are the same people. These are the shock troops for the legions of the blue wave. They're going to come in 26 in the fall, and we're going to get buried. What is it, like a 3-seat majority? We lose the House, it's curtains. They're going to jam up everything, and then they are going to destroy us. And the difference is the left does not play. No. They said, we need FU Democrats. That's all they've ever been. That's what Biden did. That's what this is going to be. And we are all toast when that happens. So for me, I look at the left, and people are saying, I saw that tweet. They said, well, Tim Walz isn't doing anything. Dude, Trump is the president. Isn't this our golden age? Bring in the feds, bring in the troops, shut it down. It's your country. But, our people are not serious. They're playing games. They're giving speeches, doing interviews. They got to send in the troops and crush these people. That's what it's all about. But they're going to wait for them to march.
These activists have been disrupting law enforcement for a decade plus, and the repercussions are always slap on the wrist, minor charges, rubber bullets. ICE is out enforcing real law. They're not doing crowd control, so they're armed with lethal munitions. And these activists, because they've never felt consequences, quote, Why did you have real bullets? They think they're playing a game. They think they're playing cops and rappers.
You know, I don't think we should send in the troops. I'll tell you why. I think that the goal of there's Saul Alinsky's rule for radicals. The left, the communist momentum wants the government to establish a fascist crackdown so they can say, "See, we told you they're fascist," and then rally a communistic communal revolution against the government. That's my main concern.
Well, Nick, I was going to say, just as far too as like antagonizing the left. I mean, don't you think they would sort of escalate this way anyway, even with or without Trump in office? Because like I look at the Trump administration, I'm like, look, whatever concerns anyone may have, it's at least buying us time, it's giving us breathing room, and for me that means it's worthwhile to throw support behind. I mean, like net negative migration is like huge, I would say, going forward.
I don't feel a lot of breathing room right now. And I think that, you know, there's arguments that like, well, when a Republican's in charge, it buys us time to organize and do things like that. But it's like Elon bought Twitter when Biden was in charge. Censorship got relaxed when Biden was in charge. I feel like the right was never more powerful than a year ago or 2 years ago in 2024. That's when we were at our like apogee. And when Trump gets in power, it's the opposite. Like all the censorship happened in Trump's first term. Charlottesville happened in his first term. BLM happened in his first term. The vax was created in his first term. And, you know, you're right. The left probably would have gotten charged up anyway. I think, though, that let's say Trump lost the election in 24. Kamala gets in. I don't think they have as much momentum because the difference is if it's like a continuation of the Democrats, there's still this like right-wing anger saying this is an illegitimate government. Kamala never won a primary. If she brings us to war, doubly so, no one believes the election's legit. But Trump wins. And now the right wing is complacent because the right wing says, we won, let's go home. You know, you think people are doing something with the breathing room. They're not. The left is breathing. The left is getting excited. And I would have supported Trump if I had confidence that he would use what he gets to actually like blow up some of these agencies and departments, prosecute the left, deport 10 million people. But it's like we're playing games waiting for them to get back in power, and then they don't play games. And to your concern about, you know, the communists are going to rally, it's like if we get a fascist takeover, they're all going to jail. Like, identify these people, put them in jail, watch them, monitor them. If they did it to the right, we could do it to the left. I think we need to play to win, because if we just wait around for them to use power, they do. They're not worried about being fascists.
Yeah. I think what you're describing predicts Democrats will take over. They will begin to go tenfold harder than we've already seen them go, which is insane. I mean, they arrested Donald Trump several times and his lawyers. The right will then have a massive reaction. It would, if this does come to full-scale civil war, it seems that the prediction is it will be with Democrats in control of government and right-wing splinter groups at the state level, you know, breaking apart, which I think was Rudyard's prediction, effectively. Is that what he said, or did he? Yeah, he said the people's. What did he say? Like the People's Congress would be in Austin or something, and then like.
Yeah.
I think I could be wrong. So Rudyard, correct me. I think he was saying the Democrat faction would be in D.C. and the conservative faction would be in Austin, and those would be the main centers of resistance. And then I argued at the time, because I think it was just after Trump won, that it would actually be the Democrats would be New York and the Republicans would be D.C. Based on your argument, I'm not so sure anymore exactly what would happen, but it does seem like you were right. The right won't fight because they view it very hierarchically. Trump is in charge. It's over. We won.
Yep.
The Democrats are decentralized, and they're like, we're going to just rip everything to shreds at every granular level. And so you need that grassroots right now for local elections to help Trump win, especially in the midterms. It's not there.
Did you see, instead of voting for Trump, did you vote for somebody else?
No, I just didn't vote. I just held back because I think that, you know, it was established going into this that Trump wasn't going to be serious. He wasn't going to keep his promises. And the Republicans need to know that they need to pander to their base, not just the other side, not to the middle, not to the minorities, you know, these like non-conventional GOP voters. They need to appeal to the far right. And this is why we're getting what we're getting. And, you know, by the way, Trump is getting rich off this. Trump got rich off Trump coin. Kristi Noem is getting rich off DHS. Corey, like all these people are making tons of money off the contracts. Meanwhile, you got this kind of stuff going on. And it's like, at the end of the day, Trump can pardon himself and all his people. We don't get pardons. We're boned. Like when the left gets in, there's no refuge. We're just screwed. So I just wish that, everything that they say about Stephen Miller and Trump and Vance was true, because what they say is like when Charlie Kirk got shot, Stephen Miller got up at his thing and said, "We build things. You are nothing. We're coming after you." All that talk, all that flapping his gums on TV, and then, you're getting made to be the bitch in Minneapolis, in Trump country. They're like storming churches, blowing up hotels, going outside ICE hotels, blowing their stupid whistles. It's like, we should bury these people right now, but, they won't do it. They're playing games.
I think, I just wonder, as they've argued, Biden's pardons are absolute and Trump can't do anything about it. What would happen if Trump did a blanket, like, anyone who ever voted Republican is hereby pardoned of all crimes and all sentences commuted?
Yeah, they'll ignore it. The left will absolutely say that.
I know. It would be interesting because if Trump did that, and let's say it's December 20th, something he does this, he's like, I got 1 month left. It would be honored until that month later, but that would release everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.